Hey friends, and welcome to week 6. We are at the halfway point, but before we get into everything, I want to give a special shout out to my friend here, Felicia with Feed, Sow, and Peace. Thank you so much for being the first person to comment on last week's video. I really appreciate you. And to everybody who is watching these videos, please comment, please share, please let me know how you are doing how you're doing in this journey. I would like to hear all about it. When I tell you, I look forward to your comments. I look forward to hearing how you're doing. It really helps me and encourages me as well, because sometimes it is super weird talking into this camera, but I do it not because I like to, it's because I really want to share my journey and for all of my friends out there to realize that this is truly a journey. We have our highs and we have our lows, but at the end of the day, we can make it to the finish line if we do not give up. We stay consistent on our journey. And we just pat ourselves on the back as we go along and say, girl, you got this, because you do. Because remember, you are that bee, okay? You are bold enough to be able to get this done. So let's get it. Hey friends, and welcome to day 36. Actually, this actually starts week 6 of this journey. And so I really wanted to just talk to you just a little bit about staying on the course, staying on the journey. You can see the scale up here. Why I'm not worried about this, it jumped a little bit from yesterday, but I didn't actually gain weight. I know that just has to do with their water retention. I really overexerted myself last week, not intentionally, but because I was so laser focused on making sure I got my steps in, because I had 3 track meets last week. And so I wound up overdoing it, which is okay because I also gave myself recovery. But yesterday I was super hungry though. I wanted to binge eat so badly because of the fact that how I overdid it. I'm not even going to tell you how many steps I did. Well, you know what? Yes, I am. Here he goes. And again, that is primarily because of the fact that I wanted to make sure that I got all of my steps in. And so I was actually doing a lot of walking on Saturday. So with that being said, I want you to always keep in mind that, like, I had lost my train of thought for a second, but nonetheless, when you are especially doing like a calorie deficit. So for the challenge, for those that are doing the challenge, I have everyone, just in case if you're new here and you're not quite sure, everyone is doing a 1,500 calorie challenge. So the thing of it is that you cannot go over 1,500 calories. So what that means is you also, as you're doing your steps, you also want to keep in mind, the more you exert yourself, the more hunger you're going to have. So right now it's not wise. I should say this. It's not wise to do a lot of hard, heavy, high cardio, because that's going to make you super hungry. So when you're doing your walking, which is cardio, if you're doing speed walking, you want to get that high intense cardio, that will probably make you even more hungry. So for this challenge, so you can stay under your 1,500 calorie deficit, you want to make sure that you do moderate walking so that you don't want to overexert energy. Because listen here, the body wants less. The body does not want to be doing all of that anyway. So it will fight against it. So I want you to keep that in mind. I don't know if I shared that before, so I want to make sure that you actually know that. But I'm just going to stop it here for today. Now, I also want you to keep in mind as well is that I'm getting ready to actually go. I'm line dancing, and dancing is whether you line dance or you doing like what's the other day, like ballroom dancing. Any type of dancing that you do, that is also a form of cardio. That's the fun part of it. So make sure that you get it in how you can fit it in. It's always a beautiful thing to be able to do outside of doing a normal, regular working out. Because I understand it can get boring at times, but get your dancing in. If you like to, dance in salsa, whatever it is, get it in. If you like Zumba, do that as well. But make sure that you do some things that's fun for you, so that it will keep you inspired and motivated. I've already talked about motivation, but it just keeps you encouraged to move on in the journey. So, all right, that's all I have for you for today, and I will see you tomorrow. As you know it, make it a good one. Hey friends, and welcome to day 37. So I am actually getting ready to prepare to go for my walk, but I did want to leave you with this on today. I am a advocate, I am pro supplements, I am pro vitamins. I used to take a plethora of different vitamins. I will have this up here so you'll be able to see it. Yes, I was taking all of these things, and now I have condensed it down. For one, it was saving me money. For two, that it actually has helped me. So if you are a woman like me that is perimenopausal or actually going through menopause, and you want something to help you to aid in that, I will say once I started taking this metabolism balance, I don't get any night sweats anymore. So I'm like, yay. Heat flashes, that's something that you will, listen, we're going to deal with that regardless. But I don't get them as bad as I used to get them. So I'm very happy about that. And I have been trying this out for the last 3 months. So I was like, I think it's a very opportune time to be able to introduce it to you. You actually can get this in the description below this video if you would like to try it out for yourself. When I tell you, it's absolutely phenomenal for me, and I'm excited because I'm like, did I actually just collaborate with a health and wellness guru? Okay, and just over a conversation was like, what if you could condense this down and don't have to take all of those pills and be able to get the same vitamins, nutrients, all the things that you were getting in all of these pills condensed into one? And I'm like, say it ain't so. It is so. So I'm very excited about that because I have a very busy life and busy schedule. And although I do package I used to package my vitamins and everything up in my little container, it's much simpler to be able to just pop one or maybe two opposed to 8. So I've said very happy about that. So you definitely can try that out if you want to. Another thing I want to leave with you on today is to make sure that you get your proper rest. Like, this journey is truly, when I said I was going to be recording this and sharing it with you, girl, I am also learning different things along the way. Like, I track everything now. Please track. I know it might seem annoying at first, but just think of it. When you go to the doctors, right, they ask you a slew of questions. Why do you think they do that? I'll wait. Why do you think they do that? Is to get as much information about you as possible. So if you've been tracking it, you'll be able to do that, just like that. You know what I mean? So that's the purpose of doing that, to understand and know your body better. And also it helps you regulate what works for you, what doesn't, and what you need to switch around and all of that to get the amount of energy you need for the week, for the day, whatever. Like, I'm finding different regimens for myself that I was like, okay, now when I go to track meets, I'm going to take this because this works for me, right? It gets me through the day. I don't have to worry about binge eating and all of these things like that, right? So that's why I say it's super important. But getting back to the rest, you need to get your proper rest, because getting your proper rest is what helps to restore your body. It helps to get you, it's like charging your battery. You know what I mean? If you don't charge your battery, what will happen? It will die out, right? And so will you. So, and I don't mean like physically die out, although it could happen. It could definitely happen. Stress can definitely take you out of here. So that's not what we want. So you want to make sure that you get well rested, because it's like a reboot for your body. It really reboots and it said, okay, we got through the day. Now we need the proper rest so that we can get through tomorrow. So that's what I want to leave you here with today. Make sure you drop your comments in the comment section to let me know you picking up what I'm putting down. Also, if you have any comments, concerns, whatever, please let me know. Holla at your girl, because I want to talk to you. We can have a whole conversation. You talk to me, I talk to you. Get it? All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey friends, and welcome to day 39. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about like the pressures of being a mom and just trying to make sure you get everything done. Today I had to pick my daughter up early. She had an emergency. And mind you, I had just dropped her off not even 2 hours prior to me picking her up. But that's beside the point. I'm grateful that I was able, I'm in a position to where I'm able to pick her up. However, it kind of altered my day a little bit. And then I kind of got a little emotional. And I got emotional because it's like a lot of things are happening. It's getting warm out and it's a lot of activities and things that's going on. But a lot of them fall on track days. And one in particular, like my nephew he goes on his prom Friday. And so it's supposed to be a storm on Saturday. So they switched her track. Now, mind you, she has one tomorrow. And then now she's going to have it on Friday instead of Saturday because it's supposed to storm on Saturday. And so I know, my niece is like, it's not, it's not a big thing. But like to me, it is because it's a lot of different things that's happening and that's going on, but they fall on even like little personal stuff I want to do for myself, but they fall on track days. So you may say, well, why don't you just skip it and go to the event? You can just go to her next track meet. These last 4 track meets are big meets. So these are like, that's why they're not being canceled and they're being rescheduled because they must get done. And so, also too is for my daughter is like, again, she's coming off her injury and I have to, as a mom, you want to make sure everything is everything. And so you want to be there. And so I just realized like, yeah, the sacrifices that we make and also too, that I've been talking about like tracking everything is like your metrics, like slow down, Aisha, girl, slow down. Like checking your metrics. It's also when I'm writing everything and doing everything, I also realize too, like, girl, you do a lot like in a day. Yes, I do these little recordings, but I don't record every aspect of my life, but I literally do a lot. And I'm pretty sure you do as well. So when you sit and you think about all of that, it's just like, yo, I think that, like, I know it's only with the grace of God that I'm getting all of these things done. But sometimes I'm like, when it's all said and done, your girl is going to, I need like a mini vacay. I need a time to just be able to woosah and just to be able to, I always reflect on my life, but it's like, girl, you do a lot. And you know what I mean? And oftentimes we don't give ourselves enough credit for the things that we do. Like we really don't. And I'm going to be more diligent in making sure I like really boost myself up because baby, today it kind of hit me. It was very emotional for me. And I'm just like, yo, like I'm literally scraping, trying to find time for myself, just like for the things that I like to do. And I know people have this thing of like, I am not a believer of waiting until your kids are grown for you to live. Baby, could you imagine? Even though she is my last one of 4, but I still have one more year to go because she is a junior, I am still going to live now. It's challenging, but I'm not going to wait because tomorrow is not promised. So I say to you, as I say to me, live through these moments. Like I know this is about the weight loss journey, but this is really about, the overall thing about this is it is a life journey. And when this part of the journey is over, there will be another aspect of the journey. So make sure you live through all of this. Don't beat yourself up if you have a bad day or a bad week. Like just get back on your grind. Live for you. Do what makes you happy. Find the joy in the things that you love, the things that you want to do. Find a way to get them in. Sorry about that. I think my phone child was overheating and was like, girl, we got to go because it literally is hot in this car. But I didn't want to talk about this in my home because my daughter is in there and I don't want her to hear it and feel like like a burden or anything, because it's nothing like that at all. It's just a mom moment. I was just having a mom moment and I wanted to be able to share that because I know that you are following me on this journey. But please do understand, like I have my days, like I really do have my days, and it does get tough. It really does. It does get tough. But we can make it. We will make it as long as we don't give up. So that is what I have for you for today. And also too, to help, I would add this in there to help fill you up through the day. Make sure you drink cold water. I know me personally, I like room temperature water, but what helps with hunger and stuff is drinking cold water. Cold water will fill you up. It'll give you the illusion of you are being full. For now, how long it lasts, it depends on the person. but it does help and aids in the hunger and makes you feel fuller longer, or at least for a while. So I wanted to make sure, since we are getting warmer, make sure you get that ice water in to help as well. And I will see you tomorrow. Hey friends, and welcome to day 39. Today is May 1st, 2025. And so last night, as I was just in thought, because I'm always thinking, I said, you know what? May is going to be Metabolism May. And because I feel like, well, we all know or should know, or if you didn't know, now you know that our gut, okay, tells it all. And so I know me growing up, I always had a digestive problem. And it was mainly, we grow up a certain way, especially, in a Black community. We grow up on a lot of like cholesterol, high cholesterol foods, sugary, salty, all those good things, because we like to season our food, okay? And there's nothing wrong with seasoning, but we definitely need to balance that stuff out. And so as we get older, we pass those generations of goodness down, and it messes up our health and our gut and all of those good things. And so now, we try to do a reversal and try to work on that. And we want to work on it now. Like this last year, people that I knew, grew up with, I found out that has passed away, heart attacks, just instantly passing away. And it always was some type of health issue that wasn't like, I won't say that wasn't recognized. Perhaps the person did not think it was serious enough to where they needed to change anything. And so they didn't have the opportunity to change it. I don't want that to be for me. I don't want that to be for you. I know we take for granted. I'm a person, I don't like going to the doctor. I don't. You know what I mean? I believe in the hospitals because they do great things and they do save lives. However, it is a business as well, and they always want to put you on some type of meds. So that's why I am pro supplements. That's why I take my vitamins and stuff now, because I want to be able to control my life and how I go about living my life. And that's why I was talking about even the Metabolism Balance, the pills that I've been taking for the last 3 months. I kind of slightly rolled them out, and the people that have been taking them also have been seeing great results with them as well. So I was like, now I can bring it to the public, because, like, we all need that extra boost. We all need that extra assistance. And I would rather take a natural supplement than to be taking, synthetic medicine that I would have to take all the time. Now, mind you, I'm going to be taking look, here's the thing, choose your heart, because we're going to be taking something for the rest of our lives, or doing something for the rest of our lives. I would rather just be in control of what it is that I take. You picking up what I'm putting down? So that's all I'm going to leave you with for today, because I have a super busy day and I'm super hyped because I was jamming on my way here to my happy place to get my walk in, because I have a track meet today and I have a track meet tomorrow. But the thing about it is, like, putting it in perspective, girl, this stuff has to get done. So I might as well go ahead and find the joy in it all and just keep it moving. So one thing I want to say, please keep yourself disciplined. The big D. The discipline is the D I'm talking about. Okay. We have to stay disciplined, because when we discipline ourselves, we putting in all that hard work now, so it pays off later, and it pays off for the rest of our lives as long as we discipline ourselves. So I know sometimes it could be tough, but like I said, choose your heart, because some way, shape, or form, you're still going to have to find discipline. Either you're going to be control of it, or somebody else is going to be controlling how you discipline. All right. So I'll see you tomorrow. Hey friend, happy Friday. Happy day 40 as well. Today, I just wanted to leave you a quick little message. Since we are doing Metabolism May, I will be dropping a short each and every day in reference to our metabolisms and how we can help balance them out and live a bolder life. So make sure that you check them out, leave a comment, make sure you like it and share. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to day 41. It is a Saturday morning. I am still trying to wake up. I'm a little tired, but I just wanted to kind of rest and sleep in. But, being very, what is the word? It just escaped me. Disciplined. Okay. We talk about that discipline. I was going to say determined, but that also falls into this category as well. But this gets a big chunk of my walking out done. Plus, I like to, be out in nature. And I know I'll wake up once I get out here and start walking and looking at the scenery and all of that. So it'll give me less for me to do later on because, it's the weekend. So definitely want to clean my home and also work on some things that I'm excited about. I don't mind working, especially if it's doing something that I love to do. And I'm actually really falling in love with this journey, even with all the twists and turns. The beautiful thing is I know the results are happening, and my ultimate goal is way closer than it was when I initially started, and so that's exciting as well. So just continue on in your journey. Don't give up. Don't get weary in well doing. What the good books say, you will reap if you faint not. So, all right. I'll talk to you tomorrow. That's all I have for you today. And yeah, let's get it. Hey, friend, and welcome to day 42. Today is Sunday. It is a rainy day, so I have to do my workout at home. I actually did half of it right now because your girl is tired. And so today I'm going to be taking my time and getting my workout in. I don't want to overexert myself. Plus, it's the happy time, the menstrual time. So yeah, we want to make sure that when we have those times of the month that we adjust our schedules a little bit to make sure we don't be on team burnout, because we don't do burnout over here. So may take us a little bit longer to get our workouts done, which is walking. At the moment, we're only walking, making sure we stay completely hydrated. And last but certainly not least is to make sure that we continue on in the journey. I know some days we want to take a break, we want to take a rest, and we just want to skip a day. But it's really important to continue on in the journey and just make sure you get it in, because trust and believe me, it does pay off. I feel so great in my body. I'm so ready for the summertime, okay? Also, I want you to keep in mind that, again, if you have fell off, you can just get back on, start. Now, each time that you have to start over, it does get a little harder. And here's why. It's because your body remembers what was done before. See, when we just out of nowhere and we start and we keep it going, your body is like, okay, she's really serious. So that resistance that your body wants to give, trust and believe the resistance is still going to be there because the body wants to do less. However, the body's like, listen, we got to get through this, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's burn this fat. We're going to use this fat. We're going to use, you know what I mean? It's going to use what it needs to use to get the job done. But when you start and stop, it's like, oh yeah, been there, done that. She'll be done with it. And you don't want that. And so, but I don't want to discourage you to say, because if that is you and you had to start over, still start. Okay, still start. Like, I started this part of the journey where I got super serious March 24th. Okay, totally at the end of a month. I didn't care. It didn't matter if you start in the middle of the week, the middle of the night, the middle of the day. Just start. So, all right, that's what I want to leave you. I hope you are encouraged. Continue on in your journey. And if you are just getting started, happy start of this new, fantastic, amazing journey. Is not going to always feel that way, but trust me, in the end, it does pay off and you will thank yourself for it. So that's all I have for you for this week. Make sure you comment. Let me know if you're picking up what I'm putting down, and I will definitely see you next week. Make it a good one. Remember, this month is all about Metabolism May, so make sure you move bold and live balance. All right, I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching, and please like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button.